Let's review the facts, the scholar said to me. Oh, by the way, I'm back, and welcome back to Let's Play Extella, the Umbral star. Earth scientists have hypothesized so-called parallel worlds, other versions of Earth and its surroundings, expanding indefinitely like mirrored reflections. If true, it would mean Earth has not only one future, but many, in other words. The you that you're aware of exists somewhere upon this timeline? It might sound unreal, humans aren't equipped to perceive, let alone traverse the wall between worlds, but what if I put it another way? Think of these parallel worlds as other possibilities. Think of connections that were cut off and thrown away, options you see now in retrospect that you would never have considered at the time. Picture how your life today might be different than those had those what-ifs came to pass. Your actions, those of the you in the present moment in this particular timeline, can change the world in a number of ways. You will exist on the proper axis. Conversely, a world where a future cannot be changed regardless of choices can have no parallel world. Such a world is nothing but a dead end. This is a necessary evil, a byproduct of the way parallel worlds are structured together. After all, a world where humanity made radically different choices would bear very little resemblance to the world you know. Some worlds may have crumbled by making all the worst choices. Others may have made all the right ones and rocketed ahead, perhaps too far. In either case, the world can no longer be said to resemble ours. Once a world moves out of sync, it's no longer parallel. Why would those worlds become solitary? Could the people in those worlds not still make different choices? Unfortunately, no. This dimension contains a finite amount of energy, and has none to spare for creating new worlds from the worlds gone so far astray. You can link it all you want. Eventually it's going to break off on its own. Parallel worlds must exist, but manageable quantity. Seeing as how we do in fact live and multiply, the solar system is clearly not oversaturated with possibilities at the time. I extrapolate this dimension consisting in our existence for the next 100 million? The system works thusly. At regular intervals, the dimension takes stock of the possibilities it contains and only allows certain outcomes, those that would not cause undue difficulty in managing the next generation, to remain. As for the unmuted, the system closes off their futures. Specifically, every 100 years, it calculates how many worlds will last another 100 years and supports those worlds only. Heard of the law of conversion of mass? This one could be called the law of conservation of events. Think of it all as a giant tree, only the trunk at the center can grow tall. The branches may bear fruit, but eventually they reach their limit and fall without reaching the future. In no parallel worlds for a world that has evolved too fast or crumbled too quickly. Such worlds are just done. And so there's a time frame in which these branches are trimmed, extra possibilities removed, and future histories once fluid turned to stone. Such laws applies to the Moon Cell, a self-updating observatory which continues to record every incident and possibility on Earth. You could say it makes the same observations on parallel worlds. In any case, the so-called foundation of humanity governs the Moon just as it does Earth, tracking various spiritron worlds and determining where their futures will come to an end. Once one passes that event horizon, there is no turning back. Any lingering ifs become might-have-beens. It is the work of a great invisible hand, no, the God's invisible hammer I've named this point in time the Quantum Time Lock. The event compilation set by an absolute observer. I vaguely remember being there for that long lecture. Passed through a doop darkness for so long I felt my consciousness fade to the end of Seraph. And then I set foot into the forbidden territories where even the light of the moon cell couldn't reach. We're getting more history, perhaps, where we split up. 本来ならシステム管理者である私でさえ立ち入れ気持ちの整理はよろしいですか。それが聖杯戦争に勝利し Leave it to me. I look up at the wall again. It's huge! Seraph has its giant structures, but it's still rare to see anything on this scale. The bizarre architecture gives me the impression of a prison, capable of holding tens of thousands of prisoners. I feel an urge to touch the wall. It's as hard as diamond, but smooth as silk. Normally, Seraph builds objects out of the same materials found on Earth. The touch alone tells me this stone came from elsewhere. Now they're pseudo-spiritrons. Just as Archimedes said, it's an external threat. It's not from here. It has its own rules. Check out my passport. So this place sleeps a monster who nearly destroyed both Earth and Moon. Now they expect me by myself to defeat it if only Saber were here. Uh-oh. Time and space are terribly unstable here, like melting candy. Self-preservation. I guess, but the unexpected view. Beyond the darkness, not some alien hellscape, but an old cave. Wouldn't be out of place anywhere in Seraph. Good. We find Scrooge McDuck down here. Amidst all the treasure is a giant altar. I've heard rumors of a Mayan temple somewhere underground on Earth, and this cave definitely reminds me of some lost world relic. But I don't see any sign of the enemy. The altar seems like the most likely place to look. Enemies already in front of us? Ooh, bad idea to stand among the coins then. I'm not terrified, I'm just not used to seeing anything that huge, and my perception can't keep up. I've seen a number of strange or giant weapons before in the past. I know I've seen things more terrible than what's in front of me now, but none of it compares. The impact of seeing it slams to my head and leaves me paralyzed. In some distant, abstract way, I'm ashamed of myself. Humans can accept the existence of all kinds of creatures, but the idea of a greater, grander human feels like a threat to our very existence. Stop yelling, she's gonna hear us. I must strike. Hesitating now will lead to death. I have no other choice but to do as Archimedes says. With the regalia I figure I can pour limitless power into my attack program. If I channel it all in one strike, I'll produce even more firepower than a noble phantasm. That's the full authority of the regalia. All the power of the moon cell in one tiny crystal. Phenomenal cosmic powers. Itty bitty living space. And it does nothing. Masaka! Bakana! All the power of an A-rank noble phantasm, it didn't even blemish her. I feel blackness eating away at my heart. I feel myself being crushed by terrible lies. My eyes are working, but it feels like I've gone blind. Whatever it is, I can't take it all in at once. This itself is a piece of the Umbral star. And it's waking up. And it knows we're here. And it's pissed. Oh! She has an omen intruder, but... Is she really a monster? I can't hurt her. I don't feel any hostility from her. No intent to kill. The Titan doesn't seem to want to hurt us at all. In fact, it's just the opposite. I feel embarrassed we came to kill her just because of her size. She's trying to be considerate, keeping her movements as slight as possible in order not to scare us, and she's waiting for us to make a move. In other words, now's the time to talk. Is it? There's the Bakken I'm looking for. Moonsail chose to seal itself off from me. Obvious choice, but much too simple. You're the one's gonna fight me, that's why you snuck into my sleeping quarters. How'd you get all this gold? Or was it just here and you just took over some other dragon's place and just slew it? And it's like, alright, fine, I'll rest here. That's what this is akin to, a dragon's, like a dragon's lair. It turns one way, grabs with the other. This isn't even a battle, she just grabs me and I'm done. Please don't vore me. Really gonna be squeezed to death. You hear Archimedes, he betrayed me. You're not a servant of the Moonsail? Who are you? Nani? He switched sides. I know I'm not that smart, but I wouldn't have thought he was playing me for a fool. That's not the time to be angry at myself. I gotta get out of here. I die like this, I'll never show my face around Saber or the others again. Get squished, but then the regalia kicks in. It's not supposed to end here. I think back when I first walked in and saw if Archimedes had interfered, this whole encounter would have gone differently. It has to mean something. The physical body cannot be transferred out of this territory, but the mind and soul can be split and transferred. Oh, so you're the one that did it. It'll buy me some time. However fleeting it might be, but I gotta escape now. Multiform technique. And that's how that happened, okay. That's why we're getting, like, the history lesson of all the stuff we've learned so far. This is... I can do that alone. But you needs to fuck off. Oh. I was about to say, oh, you lived. And that, kids, is how I met my Altera'd. Gotta get out of here, but I can't. If I try, she'll just pick me up again. Yay! This space has been altered somehow. Ah, altered. I guess if she wanted to, she could just reach out and grab me, but she's doing something else. The giant has me in the palm of her hand. I can still breathe, but can't move. She's gonna kill me, I know it. A long moment passes in total silence, then I dare to open an eye. On a side note, how did that story of the boy and the giant end? Well, he got away and was able to chop the beanstalk down. This is not that scenario. We tried to run. You can't escape. He's a bit less serious now. Samantha Sayonji, my name. The only 2 words I own for myself. I try not to look away as I say them. I'm not too familiar with human names, but yours is such a nice ring. I won't forget it. Her smile shows a mix of shyness and humility. I'm entranced, obviously. She looked so intimidating, but now... How could she seem so beautiful? I expect those red eyes to be full of menace, but they look more like the eyes of a benevolent goddess. Am I thinking straight? Wasn't I running away in mortal terror just a minute ago? Now all of a sudden I'm... Doki Doki! My heart was racing for a different reason for one moment ago. Yeah, you expunged your, the other 2 components, so you're gonna be more shell-like. More empty shell. Digital body. Right, because this is Seraph on the Moon, I'm a wizard. So I have this body, or at least I should. Fought in the Holy Grail as a Spiritron hacker. Hack of the planet. One of the masters strive for the moon cell. Made a contract with a servant who fought for me. Okay, if I can remember that much, what else I got? Who's my servant? Well, you said Saber earlier, so... Was it her? No. Was it Netto, or was it another party? Perhaps. Someone we haven't met yet, or we don't remember meeting. Because of how split we were. Eh. That's not a liquid! It's a massive series of solids! I have a duty, and the drive to do is burning in my chest protects Seraph. I don't have an answer for that right now. With my mouth, I'll be able to tell her the truth as little I understand of it. Even if I don't know where I am or what's going on, I feel in my gut that I can't obey her. I have to go against her. That's right, it's like that purpose has been burned into my heart. I knew with her, any mistake I made could be my last. She's obviously more dangerous than any other servant, but is there more to her than that? What am I not seeing? Alright, stay calm. Gotta keep my head down, my eyes and ears open. Gather all information I can and figure out what's going on. Despite her overwhelming size, she got a butt that won't quit. I start talking again, she'll listen. Are we enemies? Yeah, you're the herald. The records of Sephir the Weight Titan refer to me at my most terrible. Yeah, she speaks it so matter-of-factly. A monster with the power and the bearing of a goddess, and she's declared war on humanity. She said it herself. I'm still taking a stance. Oh no! Where'd that come? Where'd this box come from? I like there's enough there to like slip out again, but we've seen twice now that that's not going to matter. Master. Masters will give the orders to their servants, not the other way around. So it's tee-hee, not what you'd normally expect. But you're mine now, a prisoner with a capital P. Your existence is tied to mine, you can't escape in any way. I needed someone like you, I can't leave this cavern. Someone has to roam Seraph in my place. Someone's been roam Seraph without her? Do you grant my wish? She's so calm and civil when she says that, but... My alarm system, it all makes sense when the enemy's advancing into the Zero Dark. The Moon Cell has likely summoned a top servant to kill me in order to maintain its world order. No more time to delay your decision, your debut is at hand. Fight that servant, I'll let you consider it a short break from the cage. Very well. Escape's my number one priority, but I'll have to make it long term. Though you're up against a powerful heroic spirit, a top servant, as I said, please do be careful. I was gonna think, like, how would this work? Would she put me in the... No one's here. I wasn't sure I could ever escape. I certainly didn't think it would be this easy. But was she thinking letting me leave like that? Does she really need me to go fight? Was she counting on me to listen without any way to force me to keep my promise? Well, I got plenty of time to think of that once I get out of here. Need to find someplace quiet and sort out what's going on. Behold! Altera'd's in front of me, the size of a normal human now, but it's still her. She said she couldn't go outside. I don't think she was lying, but then the woman in front of me is... just a fragment of her power there. Regardless, the moon body can't leave the cavern. What you're seeing is a figure made from the moon body's dreams. Don't strain yourself thinking about it. Just think of it as separate aspects of a single person. Alright, I'll call her Altera'd too then. I like the smaller you better. You're cute. I don't know how it works exactly, but the Titan in the cavern must be the moon body. They look the same except for their scale, but if I had to pick one as the most beautiful, I'd have to go with the shorter one. Of course the smaller cuter. So if the two of them are the same... Okay, let's make this easier. I'll call this one in front of me Hero Altera'd and the one in that cave Titan. Let's see what she thinks of that. I'll waste a breath, but if it's easier for you, fine. Give me your ring. I don't have anything. Oh! She can threaten me to giving her what I don't have, but as soon as I try to tell her that, I remember I have my life, my body, and this ring on my left hand. Huh? She's got me at rainbow sword point. It won't mean anything unless you put it on me. With this ring, I defuse. Imagine this is how a knight might feel when stripped of sword and rank. Actually, it's almost like I'm taken. Yeah. Knew that was gone. I just hand the enemy something unthinkable? On top of that, the command seals. What I just did can't ever be taken aback. Are you that old joke about weddings where there comes the... What is it? The engagement ring, the wedding ring, the suffering? I messed with her a little bit on my own time, so she'll probably kick a lot of ass, though. I just gotta remember what it was. All the controls and everything. Like what combos is which. Ooh, a small map. I guess to make up for the long story we just had, that was like... practically half the episode, for crying out loud. But we got the history lesson, though, of everything going on a little bit. I get know a little more what's going on. There's already a plant up here. I wanna... Yeah, I see you. Where do you think you're going? Why do you take so much hits? What's going on? I leveled up. I should not be having this much trouble taking shit down. What you're on my own time? I'm level 13 with Altera'd. Unless these aren't level 1s, I wouldn't. Wasn't healthier. Boom! How you like that action? take that. Yeah, I gotta find those. That's one of 3. Then I can Noble Phantasm. This thing's still standing. Did it knock me back? Damn it, stop it. It's one of these. Do the barrel since you want to give me so much. Got the plant finally. This is wrong anyway. Shit, should have gone for the other one. Stop spinning. What is this? Shit. I beat him and get him on my side is what this is. Whew. I almost died right there. Don't want to use the whatchamacallit's that early, the command seal breakage. If I can help it. Well, the one time I died, I still had him, and it's like, hey, you want to use him now? You're about to lose this battle. I want to use them 3 command seals to revive yourself and become powerful that way. So, they give you a lot of options, to say the least. To just what I should get is a whatchamacallit more. Need the right equipment. Whoa, what did I do there? Did I counter? Gotta take us over before it gets overtook by them. Then I can push for those. Yeah. I forgot what triangle I can do this. That's only if I stay still. Otherwise, I move forward. I can, like, do a charge. So now just doing that's, like, the more effective way to do things. I've been knocking down those pain in the asses with the hammers. I was like, okay, I remember I have this now. Let's just spam the fudge out of it. Smaller map, tougher enemies. Especially for like my first time going after this, but I guess you gotta warrant something like that with a threat as big as Altera'd. This is not level 1, otherwise I would not be leveling off these. Well, if I got the Matrix, he's gonna show up. I take this very long roundabout way. Maybe he's in here? Iskander? However that's pronounced. Yeah, he's over there. I see the coop. Top 7's capable of controlling enemy programs, probably because the moon still allows them to. There were more of them here than I expect. Attack programs, to be more precise, coded by the moon cell, they attack targets automatically. A normal wizard would have trouble controlling even one, but here there's an army. And here Altera'd destroys one after another with her calm, cold precision, like a fighting machine reaping through enemies without a hesitation or remorse. One seems to destroy the world. I plan on helping her with my code casts. Guess that's moot now, since she clearly doesn't need them. Attack programs, no souls, no will, but you know, I think they're cute in their own way, like how they rush into battle for the king of conquerors, not caring that they might get smashed. They're no elites, but they'll do. Don't you think you went a little too hard on them? He's just so passionate about it. Iskander of Macedonia. No one else outside of mighty Persia is worthy of the name of Iskander. You know who I am, but what do I call you? Altera'd. He's so relaxed even as he chats with us on the battlefield. He haven't experienced the depths of his mana nor the power of his noble phantasm, but it's clear he is a great hero. This is the top servant meant to save Seraph, a great hero summoned to defeat Altera'd. Stay out of your path. You're here to kill me. Out of the game for a while, but I can still teach you a thing or two. What you're doing here is not trampling and not a rampage. You're not even conquering anything. It's... You have your reasons. I was gonna scold you for being out of control, but I see I can't expect to rein you in. Well, who might I criticize? Let us exchange blades. He's fearless. That doesn't mean I'll give him an inch. Is the third watcher code down here? Can blow these guys up. Should be a red, should be this, but it's red. I'm not seeing it. Might be too strong for all this. The enemies here were giving me trouble. God only knows how long he'll take to beat. Make good use of what I got. Still got the command seal as if that fails. Well, he's low, kinda. Do it now. You can do the. Yep, you're gonna do the laser. Still alive. Barely. Finish him off here. I still see health. Well, I could freeze him with that. Just get our own like a little ice thing there. So she probably has her own fire and lightning thing too, or whatever. Oh, got him. Woo! Come on, it took longer than some of the fights I was doing before. Just as everybody came at me so ready to murder me. Compared to Iskandar's passion, Altera'd is completely mechanical. Her thoughts are as clear as her body fierce. And booty be rockin'. Without any regard for her own life, without a spark of warmth, Altera'd fights like an avalanche and wins. I thought that's how I always fight. I remember feeling this kind of aesthetic excitement before. It must be coming from him. Even if he has his own agenda, he admitted his loss right away. King of Conquerors. Don't think we've ever met, but I know his name. One of the greatest kings in the world, commanded many ferocious warriors and heroes. I see him standing there with his fearless grin, and I feel his magnetism radiate off him. I'll pave the path you follow. Battle's head will most likely be our last. I herald the end of civilization on Earth, the end of everything. But what will that mean for Altera'd herself? She's like the polar opposite. Cold, calculating destroyer. You defeated the protector of the world. Will you ever be anything but my enemy? You did well. You didn't lift a finger for me, but you still did your duty as a master by supplying me with mana. Rest in the cavern. We should call King of Conquerors here? This is business, not... That's a place with no one else but you and me. That makes sense. If this is Umbral Star territory, it would be hard to even a top servant to keep materializing here. This place belongs to the world's greatest enemy. So Altera'd has no friends in battle. Prisoner. Prisoner, I am her master. I can channel mana and use command seals if it's not exactly the same in her case. The principles are still similar, so maybe there's something I can do. Not necessarily heroic, but... Maybe because she's a fragment, she only has like the battle experience or something like that, because that's all she needs to win the fights. It would make sense. But here she's more... Even though I know she's an enemy, maybe she and I could talk more. But the bits and pieces of my memory are warning me, saying I should fight, be suspicious, be afraid. Fulfill my purpose. If I really have become her master, I should try to control and subdue any way I can. Even if she does call herself the enemy, even if she did defeat one of the world's greatest protectors. Whichever Altera'd is, maybe I can reason with her by just talking it out. See, we can talk like this, share our ideas, our opinions, our feelings, then maybe... Even without a master, I can keep myself going just by expending my own health. I guess I should just reword everything. I'm the one who'll have to obey her. Controlling her with command seals is out of the question. She's beyond that. Should I think to put a bed in here? I gotta sleep on the floor. At this rate, I'll end up helping the Umbral Star whether I want to or not. If I can just get out of here, I gotta do something. She's watching, like her eyes are boring a hole in me. Does Titan Altera'd even sleep at all? If not, she's just gonna keep staring at me. Titan Altera'd doesn't seem violent, seems willing to talk. But she keeps me here long enough, she might eventually talk me into helping her destroy the world. She just said she'd tear me limb from limb. So I don't think that's wholly the case. There's Jeanne d'Arc. We'll add her to our group next. Because remember, we fought Altera'd and the forces in the past, and she had some help. That silence. I don't know what to say, or if I should say anything, or whether she's even thinking of talking to me. Just like that all day, literally, she's been staring at me continuously with that same smile without ever getting tired or bored. Did I say all day? It's been a week! That's how long it's been since he beat the King of Conquerors. It's been... Space doesn't work the same way here as it does outside, but time still does. And here we are, same cavern, same treasure on the floor, same cage, same titan. I want out. Staring at the same 4 walls the last 7 days gave me an incredible case of cabin fever. But I can't. All I can do is what Shu's doing. Stay here and watch. Oh! A treasure chest? Behold! That's a big fucking turkey. Behold, a fucking turkey dinner. Servant who controls her master, a monster called Altera'd, who's not quite in a heroic spirit. With the smile and bearing of a goddess, her guard's completely down. She's still watching, but not as carefully. I know, because I've been watching her the whole time. Even if she's not being cautious, she's still talking to me every chance she gets. I haven't had a chance to try messing with the cage. All in all, no matter how much she lowers her guard, there's no practical way to break myself out. After a week of observations... nothing I can do. But in order to maintain my digital body, I... so many drinks already this week, and none of them were spiked with viruses, as far as I know, so that means... She said she'd keep you prisoner. If she wanted to kill you, she would have by now, so... I think it might be drugged to make you easier to control. I don't know how they would go about doing that, but... Is Altera'd referring to me specifically, or humans in general? Strictly speaking, digital bodies don't need to eat food, but wizards still naturally crave the experiences and habits they're used to. I thought maybe she meant she wants to learn more about humanity, but apparently she's only talking about me. So what kind of experience is she looking for? Didn't even understand it. Humans get hungry. What knowledge or experience does she have? That's a good question. What has she experienced in her past? Battle 14,000 of years ago. What I experienced in the physical body I created was mostly during that time. Annihilation in the name of the Umbral star. Like that till the end, my power wasn't enough, I collapsed and broke down. Sounds like some mythical epic, but I don't think she's lying. At least it makes more sense if she didn't let her destroy half the earth but collapsed it in the middle of trying. She's been out of power ever since. That explains how humanity's been able to grow and prosper, not having to worry. We've built and maintained civilizations all the way up to the 21st century, long enough for me to become a wizard and try for the Holy Grail. She's ashamed of her inexperience. Whatever she does know, she's never had the chance to put it to practice. Don't know it's my place to call her ignorant. That aside, I understand what she's trying to say. This kind of understanding doesn't come naturally to her. She doesn't get how humans work. Not even how they can eat or drink. She may look human, but she's been here this whole time. In this cramped room, by herself. It's safe here. I didn't have anything to worry about till now. You feel safe here? Not just for myself, but to keep myself from hurting others. Don't know how to feel for her, sleeping here all that time, and from the look on her face, her dreams weren't always pleasant ones. I start to say something about that, but I keep my mouth shut. If I start to pity her, I'll get sidetracked. I need to get out of here. Can ask her more questions to gather more information. I should ask her more about the way she collapsed back on Earth. Zephyr fell to the ground and became a corpse, but that alone didn't erase me. I'm Zephyr's true form. As long as I exist, Zephyr will appear on Earth. On schedule. As long as the necessary requirements are met, I can attain a real body. Or if that means taking full control of the moon cell. If so, if I told Altera'd I'd help her create that body, would she let me out? You'll never do it. You'll never help me drop Sephiroth on your world. I'll try to double-cross me and defend it. You'll fight me while I'm conquering the moon cell, and on top of that, it won't matter. In the end, it'll all be the same. Even if there might be other ways, I have no choice but to destroy the moon cell. Again, that lonely expression. I thought you wanted to materialize on Earth and or destroy the moon cell just so you could leave the cavern, but that's not the case. What's she really after? You're here too. I'm finally in. Whoa, so this is the Titan's Cavern. Got a little dicey on the way, but nothing too serious. Nothing's impossible to Elizabeth Bathory. Got the Zero Dark wrapped around my pretty little finger. Tee-hee-hee. Big lady with the cage you're in, all she does is break things. Nothing else. That's what she does for fun. For pleasure. Crushing civilizations, grinding them to dust, ending everything. Sounds like she knows Altera'd. You want to Archimedes minions? Kind of. This cavern's my domain, a corrupted servant like you has no place here. Don't get all high and mighty, we're both equal in the eyes of the Umbral Star. Why are you moping around? It's pathetic. Some random Seraph NPC could take you now. Just follow your instincts. Destroy. Even though Altera'd could easily punish the pink dragon girl like nothing, she doesn't. Did you say they're both working for the Star? Is that why Altera'd's not retaliating? They're allies. Altera'd told her to leave, but that's just it. Now she's sitting there letting Elizabeth tell her off. That's not like her. From what I know about Altera'd, which admittedly isn't much. Oh, well, I'm here. You know what else? You're a pain in the ass. You even noticed when I joined up? You barely even get what you're supposed to do here. For your size, I'd be doing so much better. The alarm again. Keep looking all desperate. It's cute. That's the Umbral Star's Titan you got watching you. Step out of line, she'll step on you. Sorry, it's supposed to be your time to relax before the next job, but... duty calls. Shove the rest of the chicken in my face and out I go. You're here. When the King of Conquerors was defeated, the moon cell fell into a panic, sending two top servants this time. My Titan self will hear this will be easy, but in this form, it won't be, though I suspect you want me to fail either way. As if I need to ask. Yeah, I'm a prisoner, not her friend. She's leeching off my mana by force thanks to her special little contract. I may not be able to escape, but I still would never willingly support Altera'd in battle. All I can do right now is keep gathering info and wait for my chance. She just worried about me? For a second she almost sounded like Titan Altera'd. What is she thinking? She keeps me in a cage, but at the same time she's someone I can talk to. I ask a question, she answers, and she worries about me too? And something else is bothering me too, something Elizabeth said. That's what she does for fun. She wasn't wrong, I'm the concept of destruction personified, a walking slaughterhouse. That's all I am. You might see it differently, but this is me and I'm never gonna change. Then isn't it all the more odd why she's so worried? I understand she needs me for mana, but she has the regalia now, so I think she'd be able to work around that without me. You wanna keep me around for something else, maybe? Is it kind of only just destroying stuff by yourself? Is that what this is? We haven't even done the room yet. We're just going right out again.